At UTEP, students take courses such as first-year composition that ask them to engage in discourse with others. What is it they want to say?
We should cut fundings that goes to the war and add more to education.
My family's important to me.
UTEP's kind of more trying to get in the spotlight, trying to expose themselves rather than the education.
What really matters is to know what's going on in your community. If you don't speak up, things will never change.
Yo pienso que la gente debería estar educada porque de esa manera.
Something should be done about the violence going on in Juarez.
I'm concerned about the issue on human trafficking.
George Lucas released the original Star Wars on Blu-ray and stop messing with it.
There are some people who use their voice to speak out for others. They're organizers, private citizens, people who often do not start off with the advantages of power, education, wealth, connections, but they have a power that comes from knowing the importance of what they have to say. One such person is Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer was born into a family of sharecroppers in Mississippi in 1917. When she was a child, she had to drop out of school to help support her family. Later in life, Hamer became a voting rights activist, using her strong voice to advocate for the rights of her community. In 1964, Hamer became the vice chair of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, which was a challenge to the all-white Democratic Party. As vice chair of the MFDP, she famously spoke in front of the Democratic Convention's Credentials Committee.
I question America. Is this America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, where we have to speak with our telephones off of the hook because our lives be threatened daily, because we want to live as decent human beings in America.
Hamer ran for Congress in 1964 and 1965, and although she didn't win, she eventually became a member of Mississippi's integrated delegation to the DNC in 1968.
We need your vote, because if I'm elected as Congresswoman, things will be different. We are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Cesar Chavez, a second-generation American, was born in 1927 to a farming family living in Arizona. After losing their farm when Chavez was 10 years old during the Great Depression, Chavez and his family became migrant farm workers. Through his experience of the hardship and injustice experienced by these workers, he became a union organizer in 1952 at the age of 25. Most famous for his leadership of the Farm Workers Union, Cesar Chavez spent his life organizing and fighting for the rights of migrant farm workers. Senator Robert Kennedy once noted that Chavez was one of the heroic figures of our time.
Not very different from anyone else who has ever tried to accomplish something with his life.
What made them truly powerful was that we were weak. We charge that the arming of the strikebreakers and the growers is with the consent and with the knowledge and with the encouragement of Sheriff Wiley. I expect more professionalism from reporters.
The rest of us would like to ask some questions.
Ask the question. He's talking to me.
Why don't you be quiet?
The basis for peace is respecting all creatures. That's the basis for peace.
Female voices from Iran are rare, but Iranian-born journalist Christiane Amanpour is an exception. She is currently the anchor of ABC News' This Week. Before this, she was the chief international correspondent at CNN for 27 years. She has covered wars in Iran, Iraq, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, and Bosnia. She has interviewed many world leaders, including Gaddafi. Forbes magazine named Amanpour one of the world's 100 most powerful women. Now, let us hear her speak.
I have tried to be your eyes and ears in pursuit of the truth and the stories that beg to be told. That's been my mission in the field and here in the studio. There is a senior Ayatollah basically praising the execution of people. About Congo, Africa's world war, millions of people have been killed there, and many say that Paul Kagame's troops bear a lot of the responsibility. Said that you didn't have a condom, but that you showered after sex. I mean, what kind of message is that?
There's another launch. More journalists have been killed or wounded covering the conflict in the former Yugoslavia.
Do you not think that the constant flip-flops of your administration on the issue of Bosnia sets a very dangerous precedent.
There have been no constant flip-flops, man.
Christian Amanpour, CNN, with elements of the Galilee division in Israel.
Lady Gaga, or Stephanie Joan Angelina Germanotta, is an American singer-songwriter. Lady Gaga was born in New York in 1986. She had a strict Catholic upbringing. Breaking away from a strict upbringing, Lady Gaga became one of the loudest mouthpieces for the LGBT society. Thus, it is not surprising that she emerged as one of the strongest advocates for repealing the controversial Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy.
Should soldiers and the government be able to pick and choose what we are fighting for in the Constitution? Or who we are fighting for?
Bless God and bless the gays.
Words have power, whether they are spoken or written. Communicating what we believe can be the entry to discourse that can change a reader, writer, community, or world. As we become a more global society, issues of power and connectedness are becoming more pronounced. How will you add your voice to the conversation?